when he has control or when he has cooperation?
They're the same thing. He doesn't like it's stated he hasn't fully controlled the Nine Tails yet. With KCM1.
Why are they the same thing? I mean, you can fully control, like not be in full control, and still have control.
No, you're not understanding. So like the point is that Minato's like setting forth this power for Naruto, and KCM and like KCM2 is like shown to be the power uh that was intended for Naruto to be Obito.
Well, first of all, it would be to beat him. So it'd like be to slam his head against the concrete repeatedly, and not tie him. So if anything, it would just be to
Yeah,
beat him.
that just means Obito scales over like KCM1.
No, I wouldn't say that necessarily either because Minato doesn't really know.
No,
Doesn't really know.
no, that it doesn't matter because it's still state. He doesn't have to know exactly the power. If so like if it's a because like the point is that it's a hypothesis, right? And it's confirmed this hypothesis is true. So even if he doesn't know exactly the power, it's just true in the end. Like it's just shown to be true.
Does Minato ever see Naruto in KCM1 to confirm the hypothesis could have been
That
true in KCM1?
that's not so. That's just not relevant at all. Do you not understand what like a hypothesis being confirmed to be true means? Like,
No, but here's the thing: you're trying to associate two different things. You're trying to associate him like saying like this was what the power he wanted him to have mastery over, and he could have also been like he's just exceeded a limit that he's set for Naruto or an expectation. He's fulfilled an expectation. Just because he's already fulfilled it, that doesn't mean that a KCM1 does not fulfill that expectation as well. It's just like if you have to throw a ball 10 yards, at least if someone throws it like 50 yards, they can also fulfill the same expectation. That doesn't mean that the limit was always 50 yards. So like
wait,
Minato wasn't
no,
really.
because okay, if he's saying you need this thing, right? Um, then yeah,
Here, can you show the
that is the
panel?
limitation. Yeah, I
Wait,
can.
Gunpoint, don't lump in the two recordings together and make them separate. I don't want this retarded ass fucking Obito shit to be in there. Fucking, where are you sending it?
Look at text debate.
Still have the night tell track that
Wait,
picture.
Gunplay, did you catch like any of the beginning? Because I'll just I can just re-explain it, like what I'm trying to get at, essentially.
Okay, so what you're trying to lump in is two separate statements.
Hold
One's
up. Let me make my point first. Gunpoint. Did you catch the beginning?
I don't think he was recording yet.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah. So, the point is that that Minato fights. He fights Obito, right? And like after fighting Obito, he's fearful that because obviously Obito survives, right? He's fearful that Obito is gonna come back and that Minato is not gonna be there to stop him. So he gives Naruto this power, um, and in hopes of him using this power to therefore beat Obito, essentially.
Yeah, so basically he wants him to have control over this power. He doesn't necessarily know like to what extent he's gonna be able to control it or like to like how strong he's gonna get with it. Like Kushina, you
Um,
could say she had control over the Nine Tails as well. Because
no, because it's just stated that that KCM2 is the power that Minato had envisioned for Naruto. So
not necessarily.
he, so no, so you're confusing um you're confusing so KCM2 is a byproduct of him completely gaining control over Kurama. It's not the other way around. It's not like Minato is envisioning KCM2. He's envisioning Naruto completely controlling Kurama, and KCM2 is what happens when you do that thing.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm saying though. Like he doesn't really have any like specific uh power level in mind. He just has like
Uh,
in mind
what do you
like he could have had in
what do
mind
you
like
think the
stage
master
mode Naruto.
that liter what do you mean? No, that's just blatantly ignoring.
No, because I'm giving you a different interpretation. So Minato, because he doesn't know to what extent or one can master it or one can use its chakra in combat. Um, that means that he doesn't like necessarily know how strong it will be. He just wants Naruto to master it, and mastering over a power can be KCM one. KCM two is more so cooperation. So yeah, can't hear you. I can't hear you. Cannot hear you, Bruhmius.
Hey, what are y'all debating over?
He's saying that Obito is KCM two level.
Which Obito?
Orange mask.
Oh, hell no.
Wait, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear you. Unfortunately.
Uh, but yeah, okay. So, like I was saying before, to say Minato doesn't know is just disingenuous because, the mastery or him gaining control over Kurama is the quantification of the power that he envisions, right? So, um, yeah. So saying he doesn't know is just um, is contradictory to what the statement is supposed to mean
Wait,
because
so you're saying control? You're saying I'm going to
yeah,
cut
go
you out,
ahead.
but I'm just clarifying what you're saying. So you're saying that he was envisioning him mastering and having control over Kurama.
Yeah.
Okay, so KCM two is that's not what that is. That's cooperation with Kurama, and they're both sharing like cooperating for that power. So what you just described is KCM one, but to a more to the perfect level it can be because he would have full mastery or control over Kurama because he would be controlling over Kurama. KCM two would be cooperation with Kurama. And it's like B also when he fought when he fought Jonin Minato, he had some control over B, because he was able, or B had control over Gyuki because he was able to make the tentacles and stuff. And even though that Gyuki wasn't cooperating at that point, because he still went on a train with Gyuki, and they were scared Gyuki was going to rampage. So maybe he just
But that's just
envisioned
not
getting
true
clapped up by
because
B, and then he envisioned that for
you're
Naruto.
rambling. You're rambling. You're rambling. So, um, no. So we know that this is the power that Minato had envisioned because it's just stated so.
Like that goes back to my previous analogy that just because someone has an expectation of you to throw a ball 10 meters, um, and then they see you throw a ball 50 meters, you could still fulfill that same expectation of
Okay,
minimum throw a
that's
ball
just
10
not
meters.
analogous because that like assumes the expectation is the 10 meter. Like, why
But
is that the case?
yeah, but then you don't know what the expectation is. You just see him fulfill it.
No, we do know because he says it. So like,
No, he doesn't say that. This was my minimum expectation. This was what I had my minimum expectation at Naruto. He just says, "You have fulfilled my expectation."
yeah. So if the expectation is KCM2, and then he acquires KCM2, then that just means KCM2 is what was required to begin with.
No, he only sees KCM2, and he says, "Oh, this is the expectation I had for him." So like he never sees KCM1. He only sees Naruto after he's already mastered the power of the Nine Tails.
Yeah, and he's saying that is what's needed to defeat Obito. So
No, he
like,
never
it's
said that.
no, he's saying that's the reason why he's giving it to. But like, this power is still what's needed to like take down Obito.
Yeah, so basically you're like trying to conflate two different statements. One where he's saying he giving them this power to control it in order to beat Obito to master it. Where he like first of all, that's not even Minato. That's like a figment of Naruto's imagination. That's a little piece of Minato's chakra that he's hallucinating this. This isn't even Minato speaking.
Can you prove that? Can you prove that?
Wait, can you prove that's Minato?
No,
Minato's dead.
that's not a no, that's not a burden. Okay.
Is Minato
So if I
dead?
said
Yes or
prove my
no?
cock isn't in your mouth and that affects my argument, does that
I
mean
mean,
like it affects my argument?
your argument is based on this figment of Naruto's imagination being a valid source.
Yeah, but okay, that's begging the question, why is it a figment of Naruto's imagination? Can you go ahead and prove that?
Because Minato's dead.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
It means
So what
he's
if he's dead?
dead. He can't. He's not literally there.
He doesn't have to be physically there to be like spiritually there.
Prove that's his spirit. Where's his spirit at?
Uh, I don't have to. I'm just saying that he doesn't have to be like not being physically there doesn't mean anything. Like, why is that a defeater?
Yeah, so it's just as likely for it to be a figment of Naruto's imagination.
No, you haven't actually justified why that's the case, so I don't have to actually
You,
like take
you don't
that
have
as a positive.
you haven't actually justified why it's the case that it's not Naruto's figment of imagination. He's actually
I'm
like
not.
there.
I'm not assert. This is not my assertion. It's your assertion. So, like I said
I
earlier,
mean,
right?
did you just not like use
Does
it
my cock
to
being in your mouth affect like any argument we're having now? Like, I can just
so this
assert
is
that
like
it's possibly
your
affecting them.
premise. This
Wait,
is
hold
your
up, hold up,
premise
hold
that
up, hold
you're
up. Let
using
me
this.
finish my point. Let me finish my point. So, if I said my cock is in your mouth, right, and it's
I'm not
affecting
letting
your
you fucking
ability to
finish this
argue,
shit.
does that
So
mean that? Does that mean it's actually? Does that mean it's like actually like affecting it, right?
that's
Like, you're just
basically what
arguing a
you're doing.
possibility. That
That's
doesn't mean anything.
basically what you're doing. Like you just gave a perfect analogy to what you're doing. You're saying
Yeah,
Minato said this.
just because you believe this thing to like be a factor, right? Um, doesn't mean I also believe this and thus now have to prove it isn't a factor. You have
You
to
just said
prove why it's
Minato
a,
said
like why it
this.
matters to begin with.
You just said Minato said this. I'm saying prove that's Minato who's saying this. And you're saying I don't have to
because
prove that. What
Minato,
the fuck?
that is Minato. Like, what do you mean that's not
How do
Minato?
you know that's not? How do you know that's Minato? It's just like Minato's fucking dead.
Because they
So
share
how do you
the
know that's
same.
Minato?
Yeah, him being dead. You still haven't established why him being dead means anything, but
Because
yeah,
if I'm
that's
dead, if
Minato.
I'm dead, then that means I
They're
can't fucking literally
they
be
share
there.
the same features.
Yeah,
Wait,
like
how
if
is
I,
Naruto aware of something he wasn't even born during? Like, he wasn't even born during those times. So how is he like? How would he know those things?
yeah, he was.
Yeah, can you prove that?
Yeah, he was literally like born, like he was just born. What do you mean?
He was like on the sidelines watching like
Yeah, he
Minato
was.
fight
That's
Obito and
he
shit.
literally set him down,
Yeah,
and like,
can you
and then
show
he was
that?
like, "What? What do you mean? I don't need to show that. You said he wasn't born. He was born.
No. I'm saying show like he's like knowledgeable of these things that he hasn't seen.
He doesn't have to be. He just has knowledge of them. Like he knows that he saw someone attack. Like he was born. He was there. He witnessed someone attack and like try to kill his mom and then kill his dad. Like so, like all these
Wait, so
regressed
you're saying
memories are coming back.
so you're saying like this figment of his imagination, um, is
Hallucination.
like yeah. Irregardless, you're saying like this like like illusion was like able to accurately depict um like history that he hasn't witnessed
Well,
when he was
wait,
like a
whoa, what do
child.
you mean? He witnessed. He saw the masked man when he was
He
a baby.
he was like chill. Where was he? Wasn't even like he
Well,
was
he
like
tried to blow
nowhere
him
near
up with
the
the paper
village. He even
bombs. Yeah, he was. He tried to blow him
no.
up with the paper bomb.
That's like at the very beginning of the
That's enough.
flashback.
That's enough
Why?
because he witnessed somebody try to kill his dad, and then like um that same
No,
person like
that's a
fuck up his
concept.
mom and
So
like try to kill him. So like
so
this
no, if the big no, that's not enough. Like why?
why is it not enough? What do you mean? You said he didn't witness them. He witnessed them. You said he wasn't born. He was born. I fulfilled every single skepticism you
No,
had. So basically,
the
this
him
is a
being born,
figment.
the him being born part is not like relevant. What we're trying to like figure out is how like Naruto can know all these things as a child.
What do you mean? He know what? He just has to witness it. Like if I witness someone like booty clapping my dad like right there in front of me, like you know what I mean? I'm gonna have some regressed memory of it. I mean, why not?
But he doesn't because he's like in his crib for like the most of the fucking arc. Like he's like born, teleported, and then like doesn't witness like the rest of the like struggle that Minato has.
He doesn't have to. Why does he have to do that?
Why?
Like just the simple fact of like some scary masked man doing that. Why can't that? Why can't that be enough?
Wait, what?
Why can't just like the regressed memory of some scary masked man attacking be enough to like to be like a threat, like a regressed threat in his memories?
So you think like Obito being actually it really this just kind of helps my point. So like if this is Naruto's belief, that just like helps my point because it's a more primary source. Naruto would know his power more than Minato, so you can't claim that Naruto wouldn't know what's like required because it's like his own power.
Yeah, he just knows he needs like the nine tails to help him beat the scary masked man. But like, wait, what? Why does Naruto know the power that he can even achieve with KCM?
What?
Yeah, how does he know the power that he can obtain with KCM? Like, if I start lifting weights, um, and all of a sudden I get way stronger, that doesn't mean like I knew exactly how much weight I would be lifting in a certain amount of time, or how much stronger I would be, or how I would look. I just know
Well,
that I'm
no.
going to get
The
stronger.
point is that he knows how strong the masked man is, right? Um, and he's like, KCM
Whoa,
one
I
is
never
his
said that.
No, that's six. Well, no, you said like the little scuffle Minato has, is like basis enough, so I can work with that. That's fine.
Basis enough
But yeah,
basis enough for what?
for him needing like KCM too.
What? Where did I say that? I just said it was basis enough to leave a regressed
No, no, no.
memory.
I'm saying so. Like, if your argument is that this little scuffle that Naruto witnesses is like the basis for his fear, that's fine. That still doesn't like refute KCM2 being the power needed to beat him.
But like you keep saying that, but why? Like, where's the evidence for that?
Yeah, I can show you where it's stated that like KCM2 is just the power. But like also like rationally, KCM1 isn't like KCM1 isn't a complete form
It's not mastery over
because
KCM two.
it's stated that like his Biju training isn't complete when he like leaves. Um and like the Biju bomb requires like KCM2. So like in order to do the Biju bomb, he pretty much needs KCM2.
Wait, so you have Obito under KCM two and above KCM one?
Uh I mean it's also stated that it gives him a chance, not necessarily that he will beat him. Just that if he wants to beat him, he needs this power essentially. Not that he will. But like even then, like any like non-certainty just kind of asserts like relativity or applies
No,
relativity.
no. Why does no uncertainty does why does uncertainty imply relativity? So
No, so
basically, all you can
no
prove is
uncertain. Hold
above
up.
KCM one.
Let me clarify. Yeah, uncertainty in like the sense that like I have a chance, but I don't really know like what my chance is because like it's over zero, so like that's relativity.
All right, so like in the data book when it says no, when Sasuke and Itachi need to like work together in order to have even a chance of survival. So that does that mean that Kabuto scales above Sasuke or and Itachi put together, or like scales to them put together, or has relativity to both of their full strengths because
Well, not their
it
full
has
strength.
ambiguity.
Let's not go that
Well,
far. But
the statement is a future statement, like a future tense statement. So it's before any hypothetical holding back.
what the
If they were even holding
what
back.
does that even? Wait, what? That doesn't even follow. What does that mean?
Okay, so if a statement says that like you and Slicky need to use their or need to work together in order to survive Peach, okay, to have even a chance of survival against Peach before both of you show up to fight Peach. And then when both of you show up to fight Peach, you have to say, wait, we can't kill Peach because Peach is the GOAT. So basically, like the statement is a future tense statement, like before you even show up to say, like, hey, let's hold back against Peach. And it's for even a chance of surviving Peach. So much less like beating Peach. So even just to even survive, you need to work together. So if anything, that's much like
Wait, but
this.
how does that? I don't. I'm like genuinely baffled as to like your like logic you're applying because it just is a complete non sequitur. Like how does that defeat like? Okay, like if like let's say for example well we just know this to be true, right? Like Itachi doesn't use like his perception blitz speed above KCM1 level Totsuka blade, right?
What? That's not a
Uh,
perception blitz above Casey. What are you saying? Where
but
did you
yeah,
just where did you get this insanity from? You
no,
just
but
pulled
like
this insanity out of thin air.
follow the logic, right? So like
No, I'm not following this logic because
so
it's not true.
if he can't use his perception blitz speed Tosuka blade, right?
It's not fucking
Uh
perception blitz.
that doesn't like
All,
that
all it
doesn't
is
skill
No,
That doesn't
no,
still mean.
no, no.
Wait. Hold up. I got an even better question. Um, what if it's just like the reason why he needs to work together with Sasuke is because he can't use this like Totsuka blade. That's like a
To even
perception blitz.
survive. It's not a perception blitz. Literally, it's just above a crippled man. If it, like a crippled
Yeah,
man can still
like
perceive
if me
something.
is like if me and Slicky are like if me and Slicky are like, well, we don't want to hurt Peach's pride too much, so like we're gonna like make retarded fucking arguments when we debate him, right? Um, but because they're like so retarded, we're gonna actually still need to team up to like beat Peach. Yeah, that would still follow.
No, this is a future tense statement from the author, not from
What does that
yours.
mean? Like
You are
you keep
clinky
saying that. I don't think you know that. That's nothing. That's a nothing burger. Like what does that mean?
because the author is saying before Sasuke. Well, first of all, Sasuke, he's not even like he's not even aware of any holding back. So the future tense statement would still apply to him. So before Sasuke or
Bro,
Itachi,
what the fuck does that mean? What does future
bro,
tense?
why do I have to keep repeating it?
You're
Because
saying like
here,
okay, so wait, future.
I'll just show the statement.
Also,
Yo, what the
that like
fuck? Hold on. I have to get ready for work. Fuck this shit. You're taking way too long with this bullshit. I'm
I
gonna
mean,
send this
yeah.
statement and then
You want to just go over why Kabuto is KCM1 real quick?
yeah, I can debunk that real quick.
Yeah, so like you're
So
aware that
Mitter,
like you're aware of like Itachi and KCM1 being relative, right?
in what sense?
Like when they're swapping hands.
They never swap hands.
Nah, they swap hands uh when they first encounter each other.
No, that was KCM1 doing a Superman punch towards Itachi. So Superman punch and kick. So he had the added speed of his jumping to the
Yeah,
punch and kick.
can you show that? Can you show us like a Superman punch?
What what the, why did you make that
Nah, let's
noise?
for real. I mean, we already know how this song and dance goes, so you're gonna say it's midair, but like, um, yeah, that doesn't like. So like, okay, because Ken was being charitable. I don't know why he allowed you to like even fucking pull that bullshit, but like, yeah, so like it's just basic math, right? So like, I'm obviously
What?
you think like you hold up, let me explain, right? It's gonna make sense. So like you obviously think Itachi is like faster than Naruto, like on the ground, right? Um, so like let's say so we have one variable and two constants, right? The constant is that they're both midair, so they both have a nerf, and then the other constant is that they're relative midair, right?
Whoa, can
Uh,
you prove the relative midair?
yeah, like yeah, Itachi's able to like tag and react to Naruto and vice
Whoa,
versa.
whoa, 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 whoa. You just said two things that are not that don't mean the same
Yeah,
thing. So you said they're relative, and then you said they're both. He's able to tag and dodge him. Just because you can tag and dodge someone, that doesn't make you relatives. Like so, basically, just because they're both able to react to their nerfed, unquantifiably nerfed punches and kicks, that doesn't mean that both of them are relative in speed. Like it's just both of them reacting to nerf things.
uh, yeah, that's relativity. You just explained relative.
No, you're not understanding. So basically, just because, like, let's say Itachi is 100 and Naruto is 70, this nerf can, like, let's say it makes them 10% as fast. So then that just means Itachi is reacting to a 7 miles per hour, and then, like, fucking Naruto is reacting to 10 miles per hour that are both way slower than them. And at that point, there's only 3 miles per hour difference. So then at that point, they're just both reacting to super slow things, and there's no way to prove that there's relativity in that. Also, Naruto jumped up and like did a Superman punch and kick, and like Itachi was just falling down. So he had the added speed of the propulsion of jumping. Hold on, let me show you that. Fuck. Damn it, I said the just one. Right after this, like Naruto jumps up, missing that. So then, like,
don't need to show
Naruto.
the scan. I know what you're talking about.
So, like, basically here, Naruto is jumping up, and he has the added benefit of the speed of jumping and propelling his speed upwards, while Itachi is only falling downwards, and he has no ability to do hip snaps. So basically, this is like Naruto doing a Superman punch, completely unnerfed, and Itachi is midair, completely nerfed, super nerfed, and then he's basically blocking Naruto very easily. So
Yeah, but like
yeah,
the problem is that Naruto's like he throws the punch after he's in midair. He doesn't throw it like while he's like jumping.
he still has the added speed of like rushing at him from the jumping. Either way, it's just like I
No, that
explained
would just
earlier.
propel. That would just like help him get there quicker. It wouldn't help his punch get there quicker.
Sure. Either way, it's like what I explained earlier. It could be an unquantifiable like nerf. So Itachi could be like a 100, Naruto could be a 50. But in the air, like if they're both 10% as fast in their strikes, Itachi would just be like a 10, Naruto would be a 5, and at that point, there's only like a 5 point
Wait.
difference.
You're not
And
understanding how like that like still proves relativity because like so like the point is that they're relative with a midair nerf. But like if Itachi is like let's say Itachi like let's say the midair nerf is like minus 30 speed points, right? Um and fucking Itachi is a 100 speed and Naruto's a 50 speed, right? So 50 minus 30 is 20. So Naruto's speed would be 20 in midair. And then 100 minus 30 for Itachi would be 70. That would mean
so then
Itachi is
at that
faster
point,
in midair, but
wait,
he isn't.
at that point, they wouldn't be nerfed to the same degree because at that point, Naruto would be nerfed less by less percentage than Itachi. So if this is more of a by degree and percentage, then that would mean that Itachi would have the bigger nerf because
No,
the
but
like
he
if he's
doesn't have. But why would he have a bigger nerf though?
because if it's by the
You're
same
just saying a
degree, then it would by default be a bigger
no.
nerf because he is.
The only nerf we've established is that like he isn't able to use a hip snap, so he's just in midair throwing punches without
Yeah,
like
so if
using
hip
the grip.
snaps is like the hip snap is where like the power and force is generated from, it's just part of speed.
Yeah,
So
but
basic
Naruto also isn't using hip snaps, so he has the
yeah,
same nerf.
so basically like that's what I'm saying the percentage wise. Because if you like
Yeah,
let's
the
say
percentage is the same.
if you no, but if you subtract 30 from 100 and leave it at 70 and you subtract 30 from 50, then it would not be to the same degree because one person's
Yeah,
being
but
nerfed
like
more.
here's what you're not understanding, right? Um, in order for Itachi to be faster midair, he would either one have to have a bigger nerf, which you can't prove, or two not be relative to Naruto in midair.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you can't like where's the relativity? Why are you saying relativity?
I just explained why it was relative.
No, this doesn't
So
show
like
relativity.
Itachi isn't like blitzing Naruto. Like he isn't able to blitz Naruto with his punches because
Yeah, I
Naruto
already
can still
explained
like.
why. Because they're both like
No,
so nerfed that they're just able to react to each other.
um, but you okay? But so like you're agreeing they're like nerfed in midair to like some unquantifiable degree, but like they're still relative with these nerfs.
Well, first of all, I don't even know if you can even prove they're like nerfed to the same degree.
You we just established that the only like difference is the hip snaps.
Well, there's
Wait,
also
you're
another
hedging like
difference.
crazy. Hold up. You're just gonna make the debate longer because you like to hedge.
Wait,
But
wait, wait,
yeah,
wait, wait, wait. There's something else I forgot. So basically, Naruto also uses chakra around his entire body, and that's how he amps his speed, like Raikage's cloak. And so Itachi, he would
Wait, so
basically
Can Itachi like amp his speed with like a chakra cloak?
what?
So like, is Itachi holding back a chakra cloak that would like amp his speed?
What? What do you mean?
No. So I don't like. What is
You're so if
like
like you're not
Naruto's
even letting
mean
me
of like?
finish. What do
All
you
right,
talk
go ahead.
like?
Yeah, go ahead.
So basically, like the the basic like even where like their speed comes from, like the the basis for where their speed comes from is completely different. If Itachi's like Lee said in the beginning, every most people use, except for very few exceptions, use stamina. And Itachi, it would just be more likely since most people use stamina. That he's using stamina, and
Okay, so you're saying like their
Naruto.
means of
Wait,
speed
wait,
is
wait, wait.
different.
Yeah, their means of speed is
Yeah, but
different.
why does that? But what is that? Like, what does that matter?
We just don't know. It unquantifies it even more so. Like if the means of speed is completely different, that like you can't quantify the nerf to be the same. If like because the means of speed of one person is generated from outside their body from the chakra cloak,
No,
and the means of speed of somebody else is generated
no, that
from
doesn't. That just
inside
doesn't.
their
That
body
doesn't
from
mean anything.
stamina.
Because we're looking at the results, not the means of speed. So if the
Well,
results are still the same, then it
means
doesn't
of
matter
speed.
how they
Well,
got.
means of speed. What do you mean? Well, the means of speed can directly affect the results.
Uh, no,
Why not? Like if
because all the
what?
chakra is doing is amping the body. So their
But you
bodies
don't
are
know it if
amplified
the
to like a
kinematics are different. You don't know the kinematics are just like exactly the same for someone who has a
what
cloak
do you
all
mean?
around themselves versus someone.
You're where like chakra. I don't even think that's true. Like chakra is like correlated to like strength and like reaction speed and all of that.
Uh,
You want me to show you like
not
chakra?
necessarily movement.
You want me to prove that like chakra affects like reaction speed?
Reaction speed is not movement.
Uh,
Wait, can you prove they're relative in the air?
no
Like,
reaction. It is specifically reaction because like the panel I'm talking about is like when Hebi Sasuke, that Kakuzu victim, like he tags Datara with like the Chidori, and Datara perceives him. He just can't like physically move fast enough to dodge it. So it's like hyper literally like physical reaction speed.
the Chidori speed? That was like a sneak attack.
No, okay, my dick is in your mouth. So what? So yeah, yeah. I'm saying that the statement is like a physical reaction statement because Datara perceives like Sasuke coming at him. He just can't like physically dodge because of his like chakra being so like low.
No, he could have just been because of like the the time it took uh, for his neural
Uh,
transmissions to get to his
Not a
muscles.
computer. Not
It
a
is if you're saying it has to do with his physical movement. Neurotransmissions getting to your muscles doesn't necessarily correlate to the actual muscles using stamina to move.
Okay.
So basically,
Wait, so you're saying
like like you can't
Datara
prove they're
didn't
relative in there. You can't prove they're both punching relative in there. All you can prove is that they're both reacting to each other's nerf speed, which is nothing. And I already proved how like if they're nerfed to the same degree, it can show more of relativity. Because if Itachi like 100 miles per hour and Naruto's 50 miles per hour, and they're both 10% of their speed striking wise in midair, then there would only be like a 5 mile per hour difference in there instead of 50 mile per hour difference if they're nerfed to the same degree.
No, I don't think you're like understanding that the nerf being the same and them being relative like just proves that they're relative on the ground.
You can't prove they're relative even in the air. All you're showing that doesn't show that. All it shows that they're
I've already
reacting.
proved they're relative. Like your only contention was like,
How did you
but they're
prove
not
that?
at full speed though.
Wait, how did you prove that?
I went over it like twice. Like
All you said is that just be like you would be blitzing them, not necessarily because their blocking speed isn't nerfed because they're pivoting off their bodies. You wouldn't have to blitz them for them not to be relative. All that shows is that they're able to block nerfed speeds, like unquantifiably nerfed speeds. So that doesn't necessarily mean they would be able to block unnerfed speeds. That just means that their unnerfed movements for blocking are blocking their nerfed speed movements. It doesn't necessarily show relativity.
yeah, it would have to because again, right, like the outcome can't be the same. They can't be relative if Itachi's like speed is like much greater than
You
like
you
Naruto.
keep saying they're relative, but you can't prove that. All you're
Yeah, and I've explained why they're relative, which is like
no. Let me. All right.
Itachi's like Itachi can perceive and block and tag Naruto, and vice versa. Naruto can like see like Itachi's punches. He can like hit him. He can like block him and all that.
Okay. Let me
That's
explain
like general
one more time
relativity.
because it's circular. So, if Itachi's a 100, Naruto's a 50. They're 10% of their striking speed midair because they can't do hip snaps. Okay, and also Naruto has a chocolate cloak, which whatever. So basically, they're both reacting to like an unquantifiably nerfed version of themselves with unnerfed blocking movements because they're pivoting off their body to block. So it doesn't show relativity. Itachi can still be a 10 midair, and Naruto can still be a 5. They wouldn't even necessarily have to be relative midair. That just means that Naruto with his 50 point arbitrary movement speed is able to block a 10-point movement speed because of the nerf.
Yeah,
So like
that's
they're
still
just
relative.
reacting to.
That's still
No, it's
that's
oh
still
my god, this is
relative.
circular. All right, I'm about to dip. I have to go to work. Bye.
Yeah, Itachi like he doesn't understand that like um
Oh,
he
he
already
left.
considered that the nerf was the same and the outcome was the same. So like the variable would have to be the same. Like it's just basic math.
He left, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm just explaining for the recording. Anyways, Peach got slammed twice uh twice in the same day by the same person. So yeah, Peach sucks.
Yeah, you were able to establish relativity, and he just went on a tangent about how they weren't relative.
Yeah, like he's saying like them swapping hands isn't them being relative.
Right? That's why I laughed. I was like, what the fuck? They have to be relevant to some degree in order for him to block and get out of the way of KCM Naruto's attack.
He kept like trying to use like the nerf as like a reasoning for why they're relative. I'm like, bruh, I don't care about the nerf right now. I just care that they're relative.
Right?
And it's funny too, because in his analogy, like 100 or 50 is like relative to 100. So like, yeah, your analogy just kind of proves my point.
Right? Or it at least establishes some form of relativity up to like 50.
Yeah, because like if Itachi was like 1,000, right, and you took away 10%, he would be like a 900, right? And if like Naruto was like a 5 and you took away 10%, right, like there would be a massive fucking difference, right? So like, yeah, it just doesn't follow. Like
Yeah,
clearly Itachi's not massively faster.
exactly. Yeah, I get what you're saying, fam. It's just that shit. I guess he didn't.
Yeah, Peach is just an idiot. Gunplay, you ended recording?